All right. You want to know what's really fucking funny? So I actually had to make a list of things to talk about, and I came to exactly two of them today. Exactly fucking two. All right. First one is my Hamilton rant, which I think I'm going to save for a couple more beers because I don't want to do this too late in the night and have too many beers and talk about my falling down experience. I'm not talking about the Kirk Douglas movie where it was titled Falling Down and he had a completely bad day and went psycho and killed a bunch of people. No, that's not what I mean. I mean literally I fell down a flight of stairs and this is how I want to this is what I'm going to tell you. It's kind of a funny story, to be honest. Um, all right, so I was 20 years old. Oh, by the way, I should have prefaced this by saying, welcome to another shit story by Robert J. Morris. All right, now that we got the pleasantries out of the way, let's fucking talk about this. So, yeah, I was 20 years old, and I'm banging this really, really, really nice girl. When I say nice girl, I mean she was like super cool. Like, this was marriage material. Until I found out she was a born again Christian, but much later in life. But only after I tried to fight for her honor and get her to talk to me again. But anyway, that's a whole nother fucking story. But seriously, yeah, no, I'm fresh out of the military. It was pretty cool, rocking that ass. And every time we had a chance, we would have sex, right? Oh yeah, oh yeah. She was like, oh, the basis of our relationship is if I can't be pleasured, then, well, I don't have any time for you. She didn't say it like that, but it's kind of how I read it, right? I mean, we knocked shit out of the park. I mean, we busted up one, those tent trailers with the two halves that pull out, and yeah, we made one of those halves just fall right off and wreck the whole thing. But it was still a good camping trip. But I digress. So anyway, yeah, I don't even know the point of this whole story. Oh yeah, right. Okay, so we're watching a show. I can't even remember what the hell we're watching. Couldn't have been too interesting because I would have remembered if it were. But anyway, so I was living in Hamilton. I'm with a Hamilton Mountain girl, not far from Ancaster. I don't know what the relevance is there, except for the fact that we used to call Ancaster people Hamilton scum because they were lawyers and rich people, and it was like the 90210 of Hamilton. But this girl didn't live there. No, she didn't live right there. She lived on the cusp of the Hamilton access to the mountain, which was really just an escarpment. It's like 300 meters. Nothing impressive as far as mountains go. But they call it the mountain. But again, I digress. So we're having a good old time chilling around, watching some TV. We had a blanket, and it's like, oh yeah. And then the hands start moving around. You know how the hands start to move around, and things start to happen. Suddenly, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but my pants were kind of rolled down to my ankles, and I was actually wearing jeans. Yeah, I was wearing like some derivative of something that Stitches came out with back then in those years, which is I think this would be 1990. I think it would be 1990. I want to say 1994, but I think it was actually 1992. But I digress again. So I'm wearing these jeans at my ankles. We're under a blanket. Yeah, things start to happen. Yeah, and it was glorious. And then suddenly you hear the ching, chinkle, chinkle, chinkle of keys going into a lock. I'm like, I don't know if this is her whacked out crazy mom or her stepdad. I had no idea I had no idea what was coming through the door, right? But she's like cool. She's cool and calm like a cucumber. She's like, just stay under the blanket. Just stay under the blanket. Don't do anything. Just stay under here. I'm like fight or flight. I'm like, oh, whoa, what do you mean? What do you mean don't do anything? What if he or she decides to sit down and watch TV with us? There's no way I can recover with my pants at my ankles. So I jumped up and took a bunch of steps. Now I reached down with my right hand to grab the belt loops of my pants, and I reached down with my left hand to reach the belt loops of my pants, and I went to pull them up, but I missed with my one hand. Yes, I missed with my right hand. I did not grab the belt loops, and I ended up heading towards the only escape vector that I had, and it was a staircase that went down the stairs. And I had missed my mark and didn't get the pants up to my hips, so I ended up tripping over my own pants, and I ended up just funneling down the stairs, making a horrendous amount of sound. And I probably cursed and swore a couple of times too at that. And at the bottom, it was dark as well, because I never had a chance to hit the light on my way down, by the way. And at the bottom, I just stared up at the stairs. Oh, and the door did close behind me, by the way. And the door opened, though, and light seeped in. And there was the semi-bald, like Patrick Stewart kind of bald. Still some hair, but the tops of the head was kind of, not so hairy. And I'm like, that's definitely not my girl. And it was the stepdad. And he's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. Anyway, that's my embarrassing moment of falling down a flight of stairs. And I just wanted to share that with you all today. Have fun, everyone. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.